Welcome to I'll Tell Me Ma workshop. In this workshop, we're going to learn I'll Tell Me Ma. There's a link below to all the lessons as well as the sheet music if you're just after that. It's at my Patreon page. Lessons, of course, in my workshops. This lesson, of course, is free. If you haven't come across this channel so far, I'm Alec from Get Bagpipe Ready. If you're liking the channel, be sure to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, let me know. And let's get started with the first lesson of I'll Tell Me Ma. That's the bit we're going to work on today. First, I'll do no embellishments, and then we'll add in those embellishments. We just have a few grace notes and a half doubling to add in. But let's do non-embellished version first. And we will have to do one grace note, even for the non-embellished version, just to separate those two Fs. So we're starting out the tune on low A. You can do an introductory E note if you want. So E, ring finger is up, all the other fingers are down, except for the bottom hand, the pinky finger's up. That's our E note. That would be our introductory note. And then our next note is going to be dropping down that ring finger, and now we're at low A. So after that low A, we're going to hop up to D. So ring finger has gone down, we're on low A. From low A up to D, we have to lift all the fingers of that bottom hand. Except for that pinky finger. It's come down onto the chanter. All the other fingers have lifted. So now we're on to the D. After that D, we're doing a busy transition from D up to F. That busy transition there. So that busy transition, all the fingers of the bottom hand have to come down while that pinky finger comes up on the bottom hand, and then the bottom two fingers of the top hand will come up. So lots of fingers on the move with that. If you haven't done these D transitions up to the top hand, you may want to pause the video and just work on that for just a little bit. And let me play what we got so far, including that introductory E note. From there, we're going to go up to the G. Again, we won't worry about that doubling for the moment. To go from F to G, we just lift up one finger. Easy peasy. From that G, we're going to go right back down to the F, just by dropping down that top finger. Here's what we got so far. And you will hear I added in the last little bit, we have to do a little G grace note, which is just up and down with that top finger. And we need to do that to separate those two Fs that happen one right after the other. So that's the whole bit without embellishments. So I'll play that for you. Again, nice and slow without embellishments, and then we'll go ahead and add those embellishments in. But of course, if you just want to jump to the link below, you can access all the lessons of the workshop. And if you're just after the sheet music, it's in that link below as well. So here's what we got so far, and then we'll add in those embellishments. Oh, sorry, that's the embellished version. Okay, sometimes my fingers don't listen to me. I don't know if you have that problem at home. If you do, put in the comments if your fingers sometimes do stuff that you're not expecting them to. I know it happens to me. So here's the non-embellished version. And that's already the first half of the first line. Now let's add in those grace notes. That's our first grace note on that low A. And it's a G grace note. So from the E down to low A, if we're doing that G grace note, the top finger has to be the first finger to initiate the whole thing. And then we drop down the ring finger. And then lastly, we drop down the top finger. So that'll be our G grace note down to low A. Next grace note is on that F. coming from the D. So again, that's a busy transition, lots of fingers on the move, but we're going to initiate the whole thing by raising up that top finger. So that top finger lifts up. All the other fingers will move after the top finger lifts up, and then the top finger comes back down. That's kind of the slow motion version. So again, that's a tricky one. Some grace notes are easier than others. That E down to low A grace note, not too bad. This one, a little bit trickier. And it's not an all or nothing thing. If there's grace notes that you're finding it's easy to add in, great. If some are a bit too challenging, if it's wrecking the fun of the tune for you, don't worry about it. If you're up for the challenge, it's hard, but you're still having fun with the tune, then keep persisting. So just see where your enjoyment level of the tune is as to how much grace notes you should be adding in. Now, next we have a half doubling. That little half doubling up to the G. So we're already on the F. And we're going to do a up and down with the top finger, and then just lift up and stay up. So we've done one grace note and then just lift up and stay on the G, and that's our half doubling. And then from there, it's the same as the non-embellished version. We drop down to the F, and then we have one grace note. So we drop down to the F and up and down. And I'm kind of noticing this shirt is a little bit busy, maybe for watching my fingers. So I think for lesson 2, I'll wear a calmer shirt. As much as I love this shirt, I'll wear a calmer shirt. And then my fingers should show up better on the camera for you at home. But if you like this shirt, put it in the comments. Let me know if you like this shirt. I like this shirt. Okay, so let me play for you a couple times nice and slow with embellishments this lesson 1 chunk, and again you can get the lesson 2 chunk, lessons all the way up to lesson 8, all the lessons of the workshop in the link below, as well as the sheet music in that link below too. So enjoy, and I can't wait to see you in lesson 2. So here again is this lesson 1 chunk with embellishments.